Good morning. It's bright and early. It's just after 6 o'clock in the morning. I've just fed Rowan, and it's a happy period between feeding one child and waiting for another child to wake up. There's no point in me going back to bed. I try and let Luna sleep as long as possible in the morning, because then I don't have to nap her so early. So, while she's still asleep, I'm gonna get washed and share with you my morning routine-ness. And today is a day where I clearly did not wash my face last night. I'm still wearing yesterday's makeup. I managed to slap on some moisturizer before I went to bed. I don't know if that even did any good, but so I'm going to start with the Hydration Burst from Botanics. They still make this, it's just in the new fancy packaging. So I take a good glob of that, and then I start pushing it all over my face. So how are you guys today? I feel great. I'm a little bit, obviously I'm a little bit tired. It's 6 o'clock in the freaking morning. But apart from that, I'm not dead on my feet tired, which is good. I'm making a bit more progression on that for the last week now. Rowan has pretty much been sleeping during the night. He's not sleeping all night, but he's sleeping for 5 hours straight, which is awesome. So I'm getting somewhat of a decent sleep now. I mean, there was a time where I would just survive with 5 hours sleep anyway, but I'm older, so it's not necessarily as easy. So I'm just wetting my hands. I don't know if the water is gonna overpower the microphone or not, but just wet my hands and just massage it into a milky cleanse. Yeah, just wait for the water to heat up now. Let's pat my face off so I'm not dripping. Next I'm going to go in with a scrub. Oh, that tastes horrible. Oh. So next I'm going to go in with scrub. Today I'm going to use the 7-day scrub from Clinique. So I have a few exciting things, well, at least one exciting thing to share with you. Luna started walking. She started walking on Thursday evening, just passed, and now she's just walking everywhere. She still falls down and stuff. She's only been walking for, Tuesday, so she's walking for 4 days now, which is awesome, because we do have an appointment with the doctor to check her progress, because she's doing it is 22 months now, and she's only she's coming up for 23 months, and she's only just starting to walk. No, 22 months. 23 months would be May. Excuse me. So I'm just going to scrub this in. But yeah, so she wasn't walking properly. I tried to... There's a whole backstory to why she's not walking properly. When we lived at my mum and dad's, our room was jam-packed with stuff, all our stuff plus a crib. So that left legitimately 2 metre by metre squares for movement. So when it came to her trying to pull up on things, I'm using the Clinique liquid soap. When it came to her trying to pull up on things, it was very difficult. There nothing really for her to grab onto. There wasn't really much room for her in our room to move. So we had to go into the living room, which is where my parents spend most of their time. And this is going to sound so horrible. My mum has this thing about having lots of things with her. Like she has there's a windowsill, there's a nest of tables, there's her table, and then there's a table from the nest of tables all around her, all of varying heights, and all of them have sewing supplies on them, or pop pills, or a glass of water, cups of coffee. Lots of things that are potentially dangerous, can make a mess, things you don't really want children touching. So every time Luna would try and get up and pull up on one of these tables, my mum would tell her no, and then move things from one table to the other, and you know, Luna would progressively move from one table to the other, and she kept getting told no. So this went on for months. Luna started trying to pull herself up on things about 6-7 months old. This went on for months. Her kept getting told no. And there's nothing I could do about it, nothing I could say, because it's my mother, it's her house, it's her rules. But you would think a woman knowing that her grandchild is trying to learn to stand would move dangerous objects just out of the room. Just put them in your room. Stop having so much junk around you. But you know, that would be logical. As I was saying, this went on for months. We eventually got offered this place just after when Luna was 13 months old. We moved in when she was 14 months old. And she still wasn't standing properly. She would get up on one leg and one knee, but that was about it. And our then health visitor wasn't concerned. We were concerned, but she wasn't concerned. She also had a bit of a turned in foot on her right side. That was the one she used to sit on her knee with. And she didn't seem fussed about it at all. So I'm going to go in with some toner. I'm just using the Comfort cleanser from Clarins. So this Luna didn't actually properly stand up until October of last year, so she would have been, 13, 14, 15, 16 months. She didn't actually start standing up until she was 16 months, and they expect them to be off and running around by 18 months. If not, that's when you need to go see a specialist, see your doctor, get recommended for physio or whatever. And by October she was standing, by November she was coasting, by December she was kind of standing free of things. By December, January, she was kind of standing free of things. The whole time her method of getting around was bum shuffling, or this weird crab crawl where she'd be on one knee and pushing off with a leg. So she'd be like half crawling, half crab walking. And that was her preferred method of movement. And then I got this new health visitor when Rowan was born. And she didn't see Luna until the February. She met Luna for the first time, halfway through February. And she didn't question it first visit. Second visit, she thought there was something wrong. And I explained to her about the delay, like how she'd spent 6 months not being allowed to do what children of her age were allowed to do. And she just said, oh, that should have worked itself out by now. That can't possibly be the cause. We have to check that there's not any like joint problems or ligament problems or anything like that. And when I went up for Rowan's 6 to 8 week check. She basically made me take Luna to get an appointment with the doctor and a developmental check with the health visitor, unit thing. I'm just going in with some facial oil. I can't get that one anymore from Botanics. It's the triple age renewal, but you can get the rosehip one, which is just as nice. So yeah, I kind of felt backed into a corner. I get it. They just want to make sure that she's okay and that there's nothing underlying that's causing her not to walk, or was causing her not to walk. But I knew she could do it. She was standing free. She was controlled up and down. She would take a step, not holding on to things. She would quite happily just stand in the middle of the floor. But she wouldn't move independently. But with most things with Luna, we knew she could do them before she could do them by herself. She just wouldn't, I don't want to say take the initiative, because I mean, it's a toddler. But she always preferred to have help, almost like she thought she couldn't do it without our help. It was the same when she was sitting up, like you'd hold your hands out to help her up and she was doing all the work. We weren't pulling her or anything. And in fact, she wasn't even pulling on her arms towards the end. She was just sitting up, but she wouldn't do it unless you held your hands out. It was the same with walking. She'd walk around with your hand. She'd walk around holding your hand, but she wouldn't walk independently. So I didn't really have any concerns that she couldn't do it. It's just she needed the confidence to just do it herself. And then last week she just did it. She just got up and did it. And now she's been doing it ever since. But we still have to go to the doctor's appointment on the 19th to make sure she's not got any problems or anything like that. But I just don't like feeling like I'm being backed into a corner. I don't like feeling like, I don't know my own child, or being made to feel like I'm ignoring problems. Like, I'm not ignoring the problem, it's just I don't feel there is a problem. It's the Advanced Time Zone eye cream. I don't know. The only concern I've ever had about her was her right foot slightly turned in. And every time I raised this concern, I've been ignored. It's the only concern I've had. I will bring that up with the doctor when we go. But I've had this whole time with health visitors. It's always their concerns, never my concerns. I get it, they're the professional and everything, they're the trained nurse, they know what they're talking about, but I don't know, morning brain fuzz, I can't form proper cohesive thought patterns. I feel like I still have loads of mascara around my eyes. Or maybe it's just lighting in the camera viewfinder. It makes me look all blue, but in the mirror I don't look blue. Whatever. So for moisturizer, I'm using the Dramatically Different Moisturizing Cream. This one, I've never used this before. Well, I've used this, but before this I've never used it. I've always used the Dramatically Different Lotion. The cream is just, I love the cream. Love it so much. Sorry, I feel like I'm like proper mouse whispering. So I'm just gonna get this on. But yeah, that's my little life update. Nothing else exciting has happened. She's almost talking. She speaks. She mumbles a lot. She almost speaks. She can communicate everything that she needs to communicate. I understand her, Nick doesn't understand her, but I spend more time with her, so it's understandable. She says like teeth and cat, and She calls Rowan Owen. She likes to tell the cats to get down. It comes out more like get do. But I know she's trying to say get down. Whenever they jump up on a counter or anything, she tells the cats off. She keeps them in line. But yeah, so that is my morning routine. I don't know whether I'm going to put on makeup today or not. I don't know if I have time. I needed to go into town yesterday, but it just didn't work out, so I'm going to go into town today. I don't drive or anything, so I have to walk and take kids with me. So we have a pram for Rowan, and we have this bump rider, I think it's called. It's like a boogie board for the back of the pushchair, but it's also got a seat and handlebars for Luna to sit on, because she's not quite strong enough to stand the whole time. So I will do that to take her in town. It's the first time I've taken her to a cafe like that and taken her around Asda, and she seemed fine. I haven't actually taken her into like a shopping centre like that yet, so she'll be fine. So we're basically going to be up while she's having breakfast. I'm going to get all that ready, then we're going to run into town and get what I need. I live really close to town. Like if you know anything about Aberdeen, one of the main roads into town from the side of say I am at is King Street, and I live not far from King Street, so it's basically just one straight road into the city centre. Pardon me, but it's a very, very busy road, especially during rush hour morning traffic, but there's loads of traffic lights, it'll be fine. So we're going to run out of town and get what I need, and then I'm going to take them down to the cafe where I work and get some breakfast and see people, and then come home for nap time. It's basically a trial run for tomorrow. You know what, I'm going to put my some screen on just now as well. It's basically a trial run for tomorrow because we're doing the same thing, except we're meeting my parents for breakfast. Every Wednesday they go into town for shopping and they start off by having breakfast. And I figure, because it's so early in the morning, I could quite easily bring the kids and I could quite easily take the kids and then just come home for nap time. And then Nick can take Luna to the play area in the afternoon, because every Wednesday he takes her to a play area so she can be around other children. We started doing that back in December. Was the first time we took her. She got chicken pox. The first time we took her to the play area, she got chicken pox. That was fun. And then we started taking her again a couple of weeks ago because we wanted to wait until Rowan was pretty stable, because she'd already gotten ill from a friend of mine bringing her kid round here. Just having his germs all over her things, it just concentrated it. So now he takes her every Wednesday and they have daddy-daughter time, I have quiet time. It's bliss. But yeah. I think that's everything I have to talk about. I know I've turned into one of these people that only have like children to talk about. What is my life? What is my life? But I know you guys like hearing about her. But yeah, I might come back in the evening and do my evening skincare routine. If you love this robe so much. Seriously, this dressing gown is from like Primark, and I got it for Christmas like 10 years ago. Oh. And it's still holding up really, really well. I love it. I love it so much. It's probably the most girly thing I own. Anyways, I will let you guys go, so otherwise I'm just standing here rambling about rubbish. Anyways, thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you next time. Bye bye.